Hello special family, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello, I'm Autism Mom, and on this channel we talk about autism and everything in between. If you like to be part of the family, click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. So today's topic is going to piggyback off of a video that I made called having a special need trust. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'm going to put a card right up here so you can go check that video out. So a subscriber watched the video and they had a few questions which I think were very relevant and that'll tie into today's topic. So today's topic is, why don't you have a life insurance policy? As special need parents, we should have a life insurance policy because we have a child that is not the norm. Matter of fact, any parent should have a life insurance policy, but in our case it's kind of almost a must because our children will need help for the rest of their life, and I'll discuss with you today how that life insurance policy comes into play. So there were some questions regarding that video and I'm gonna address them as we go. And the person was like, I'm not rich, how do I fund this special need trust? Do I still need to have one? And I don't have a lot of money. Why do I need to have one? So I'm going to explain what role life insurance plays in all of this. So being a mom with a kid with special need, life insurance plays a big role because it helps your child with a cushion if you come to pass. If you have a special need trust, you don't have to have $1 million in the bank or a big fat 401k or an IRA to fund it. You can fund a special need trust with a life insurance policy. So let's say, I'll take myself for example. I have a life insurance policy. The beneficiary of my life insurance policy is not my child. The beneficiary is the special need trust. So if anything happens to me, that money goes right into the special need trust and Ramsey will be set for life. The state can't touch it. Nobody can touch it because it's in a special need trust and it's not seen as an asset for Ramsey. So I hope that kind of cleared it up for you. So you open a special need trust, the beneficiary of that getting confused. You'll open a life insurance policy and the beneficiary of that life insurance policy will be your special need trust. That if you come to pass, the policy that you have, that amount is going straight into that trust. That's the benefit of having a life insurance policy. It can fund your special need trust. So children with disability don't typically need their own life insurance policy if they don't have an income. And for parents and caretakers of children with disability, naming special need trust as the beneficiary of your term life insurance policy is a great option. If you're a parent and you're adding a child rider to your existing life insurance policy, that will help cover funeral expenses if unimaginable things happen, or if you have a rider insurance like Ramsey have. Life insurance riders, they offer the advantage of extra financial protection that isn't a part of your standalone life insurance. So in other words, I have a life insurance and I added Ramsey to it, and the way you can add them to it is by adding a rider. That's how you can add your child to your life insurance. So it'll be like two people in the one life insurance with two different amounts. And for kids, I think it's $15,000 maximum that you can have on the kids. And adults, you pick the amount that you want to put on the life insurance. So there are two types of life insurance. There's term life insurance, which lasts for a set period of time and a certain amount of money. The insurance does lapse with term life insurance. You can do 20 to 30 years. And if you happen to pass on at some point, you get the money. But if you live longer and the insurance lapse, you have to renew it, and around that time the policy can become higher. That is something you have to keep in mind. Now, with whole life insurance, it's more like a permanent policy. It lasts as long as you keep paying the premium, and it has a cash value, and it is tax deferred. It does not matter which one of these insurance you take. The difference is term. It can last from 20 to 30 years, and you have to keep paying it. I pay mine yearly, and whole life insurance you pay for the rest of your life. It doesn't expire. One expires, whole life doesn't expire. But the main thing is the beneficiary is your special need trust. If anything happens to you, that money goes into the special need trust, which will fund it and take care of your child. That is the benefit of having it. The life insurance funds the special needs trust. Okay. Then there's this question. Is whole or term life insurance coverage better or for parents with special needs trust? It depends. For most parents, a term life insurance policy is the best option because it's more affordable and it offers coverage while their children depend on them or on their income. So let's say your child is under 18. We all know that if your kid becomes 18, they're eligible for their own SSI check, and that is their income. And some kids with disabilities, they can work at a certain age. They can still hold down a job at that age. So it varies. But with whole life insurance, that's more for kids that won't be able to do anything for themselves, and you know they're gonna need that support. So some parents opt to go for whole life insurance for the financial support in adulthood, and the whole life policy makes more sense for those parents. Should you name a minor child as a beneficiary for your life insurance? The answer is no. In most cases, it's no. It's perfectly legal in most states to put your child as the beneficiary for a life insurance. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's a problem because the state or the law prevents life insurance companies from paying the death benefit directly to a minor. And in most states, a minor is considered 18 to 21. After that age, then they're considered an adult. So instead, what'll happen then, if they're still a minor, you can designate an adult you trust as the beneficiary that will then give it to the special need person when they're older. Or you could just have a special need trust. Or the next thing that will happen is the state will appoint a beneficiary, and that can take time, and that can tie up the money for a while because that's a whole proceeding. So make sure you create a will so your child is protected financially. That's why people opt for a special need insurance, because if you put it in the name of the child, you happen to pass before they're an adult, there is a problem because the state recognized them as an adult after the age of 21. And if you don't have a special need trust, it's considered an asset. And if you name the special need trust as the beneficiary of the life insurance, the state can't touch that child. It's not considered an asset. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Next question. What is a child's rider? So child's rider are a low-cost addition to existing life insurance policy. So a single child rider will usually cover all current and future children in your household for a small premium. So for instance, I have a $1 million policy. In that policy, I have a child rider, which is Ramsey, and the maximum I could take out on him is $15,000. So those two, mine's and his, are combined in one policy, and it's two different policies in there, but I pay one premium a year, and his is called a child's rider. So I can add that if anything happens to him, his funeral expenses and everything would be covered. If anything happens to me, he'll be a millionaire in a special need trust, but nobody can touch it. So I feel like these are things that special need parents need to know to protect their child from any future incidents or things that can happen that are not in our power, but at least we know they're protected, and we can rest easy knowing that we thought about the future before it even got here. Then I think she also had a question, what company did I go with? To be honest, I like Dave Ramsey, and I found my life insurance company through Dave Ramsey's website, because I have checked and compared at least 20 companies, and Dave Ramsey's was the best I can find, and in a reasonable price range. Very reasonable price range with a child rider. So I'll put a link below in the description box, so you could click on it, maybe get a quote. But that's what I wanted to share with you guys for today's video. Please get a life insurance so we can make sure our kids are okay in the future if we're not here anymore. And if you like this video, give it a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.